I want to talk about rice. And I want to talk about what I know about rice. And I want you to put in the comments, what is your favorite rice and why? And if you can, how you cook it. Because rice has got to be one of the most difficult things to cook, and that's why they make rice making machines. We don't use a rice making machine. We just don't. It's got a lot of plastic in it. We make everything in a stainless steel pot. That's what we do. Now, let's understand, this is great value long grain rice. It is a 20-pound bag. You can get it from Walmart. And if I can put a link in the bottom, I will. But notice it says over here, it says enriched. Okay? Enriched rice is not good for you. Period. They apparently remove the germ or the healthy things that are in the rice, and then they push vitamins into it. That's what I've read. Enriched is not good for you. I also find this rice to be a harder rice to make. It actually comes out more sticky, is what it does. You can't get that fluffiness to it. So that's important, okay? Because you usually want a fluffy rice, right? A lot of people will buy minute rice because they only cook it for 5 minutes and it's done. It's quick. It's fast. There is nothing healthy in minute rice. It is complete garbage. It is complete processed. Now, I am a diabetic, and I am constantly testing myself to see what I can eat and what I can't eat. And people will tell you, a diabetic cannot eat rice. Well, that's not true. A diabetic can eat rice if they eat it in moderation and it's the correct rice. Now, brown rice is the best rice anybody can eat. It's difficult to master. It's difficult to cook. Some people are just natural at it. But it does take a little practice. Now, this rice, so why am I buying Great Value? But let me first say, okay, this is enriched rice. It's boosted with additional nutrients. Sounds good, right? Like vitamin A, niacin, folic acid, thiamine, monotrate, potassium, iron. I mean, they shove shit in this. Why can't they just leave food alone? Why do they got to keep doing things with it? It just drives me up the wall. Now, they'll say enriched white rice can be enjoyed in moderation, but is lower in fiber and has a portion of its beneficial. So you can eat this, but sparingly. And that's what they're saying, right? So that is the biggest thing. Now, a rice that I love to eat, okay, is this stuff here. And I'll give you a link to it, okay? This is called jasmine. When you check the ingredients on this, it has one ingredient. Rice. That's it. There's no other ingredients whatsoever. It comes with your directions on the back, the same as the other rice does. Pay attention to the directions. Even a nice little recipe, if you like shrimp. But jasmine rice, okay, is really easy to cook. Now, it does cost a little bit more than the Great Value long grain rice. Okay? Now, another thing to learn about rice. Do not cook rice and then put it in the fridge and then eat it the next day. As soon as you cook rice, it starts to go rotten. Literally. Okay? It is very delicate. You are not getting the full nutrients you need. So you should always cook your rice on what you're going to eat in that sitting. And that's all there is to it. So why do I buy the Great Value long grain rice? Well, I use that for my dogs. Okay? Nova has a horrible stomach. And it has taken me a very long time to come up with a meal plan for my dog. And I was extremely worried about her. She cost me a lot of money at the vet, and I still had no answers. Drove me up the wall. She originally had pure diarrhea, no matter what I fed her. I took her to the vet. I thought maybe there was something wrong with her intestines because I had just gotten her as a pup back then, and I requested an x-ray. Now, that's not cheap. I wanted to see if her intestines were tied or if something was going on, but they weren't. There was nothing wrong with her insides. It was completely perfect. We could even see in the x-ray where the diarrhea was sitting, and we knew it was coming. I was like, man, oh man. I had to change dog food. The dog food I'm giving her now is lamb and rice. And I give her one bowl or a small saucer of the Great Value long rice because rice helps to bung you up, right? And she likes it. Well, this all happened and came to be because I sat on ChatGPT, the AI, and I had to kind of trick it into, because it kept saying, go see a vet. Well, the vets weren't helping me. So we went back and forth over and over until finally, because I told ChatGPT when I give Nova rice, she's fine. But she cannot live on rice alone. She will lose all kinds of other nutrients that she needs. So it suggested that dog food that has lamb and rice in it, it's a little more expensive, but that's what I've been buying. So she gets one bowl of Great Value long grain rice every morning. And her dog food is sitting down to eat when she chooses. All of a sudden, her stool started coming out normal. We were getting, now if I fed her something else, like if I gave her some popcorn or something that she, as a treat, she would get the diarrhea right back. I cannot give her any other food. If I don't, I'll get one day during the week where I can hear her belly noises. Now normally when we heard those belly noises, she would have diarrhea. Well, now we just get the belly noises and maybe the stool's a little soft, but at least now I know she's holding it down and she's keeping the nutrients. Now, what's going on with her is her digestive system is digesting super fast. So it's not really maintaining the nutrients she needs. I need to slow her digestion down. That's what the rice does. It slows it down. Now, if you're a person that's on high blood pressure medicine, you may notice you got diarrhea. That is a side effect of high blood pressure medicine. Go get some jasmine rice, okay? You're going to find with Great Value long grain rice, and a lot of preppers are trying to pack rice away in pails because they want to save money, so they buy the cheapest rice they can, which is the Great Value long grain rice, which is no good for you, okay? Now, you don't want to take rice and shove it in a pail and just leave it there. It will go rotten. So understand something. Why do they push the ingredients into this and why do they process it? Well, the idea is to prevent it from going rotten. And that's why they process it. That's why they process most food. Most food they process, like your Twinkies you've all heard would live past a nuclear holocaust, or your cookies or any of that has been processed so it can sit on a shelf for a month and not spoil. That is the main reason for processing food. There's also less chance of somebody eating processed food and then suing the company. And the company doesn't like to be sued, so they go out of their way to process the hell out of our food. It all comes down to money. That's what it comes down to, like everything else. So, if you want to get your rice, yes, this is the container we put it in from this little bag. And this is 5 pounds. We've already used some of it. So we put it in a glass jar and it sits in the kitchen as we use it. If I was going to pack the rice, okay, and I have 5-gallon pails with Mylar bags in them with the oxygen absorbers in them to suck that bag up tight to remove all oxygen to protect that rice the best I can. If you're packing things in 5-gallon pails, and I do that, then you have to consider if you lose that rice, if it goes bad for some reason, you just lost 5 gallons. If you pack it in smaller packages, like you take Mylar bags and put rice in it, 2 pounds, whatever, and then seal it and then put it in a pail, then you only lose 2 pounds. So that is something to consider. But if you're not good at cooking brown rice, okay, you will find Jasmine Life does not spike or boost your insulin levels. You'll also find this stuff tastes great. When you taste the Great Value long grain rice compared to the Jasmine, it tastes much better. Now the directions are the same on these rice. The Great Value says let it sit for 15 minutes. It says the same thing on this. This actually works in 15 minutes. The long grain enriched rice doesn't. It actually takes 30 minutes simmering to actually get it where it's edible. So there is a difference between the enriched and the Jasmine. But like I said, if you can cook the brown, cook the brown. But if you like white rice and you want a fluffiness, then get the Jasmine. Now a good recipe to try, in case you have never tried this, you cook your rice, and it's referred to as chicken on a bed of rice. You take a couple chicken breasts, you put some olive oil on them, you put some lemon pepper on them, and cook them in the oven at about, 350 Fahrenheit. And now you can cook your chicken. When your chicken's done in about 30 minutes, make sure you cut it in half and check and make sure it's done. Then you take it out and you cut it in squares. Now you're going to make a can of mushroom soup. Normally you make it with milk so it tastes better. So now you add your rice, you put your chicken on top, chicken on a bed of rice, and then you take a ladle and you pour some mushroom soup over top of that. That actually tastes really good. You will be very surprised. There are many recipes you can make with rice where you're adding pineapple, or it's more than just soy sauce. Everybody wants to go soy sauce. And by the way, don't buy cheap soy sauce. It will taste like shit. Buy the good soy sauce. There is a difference. So, if you're going to give something to your animals, maybe the Great Value rice is good. Like I said, it comes out sticky. It doesn't taste that good. Where the Jasmine rice is fluffy. If you're going to make a stir fry with Jasmine rice, okay, cook your rice in the morning. Let it cool, then put it in the fridge. But make sure you use it that day. Don't leave this in the fridge for 3-4 days. As soon as you cook rice, and it starts to go rotten very quickly. And you won't know it. You will be eating something that tastes fine, but your body will be getting poisoned. Keep that in mind. So when you take this out, say 3 or 4 hours, and then you fry it up in a frying pan. Okay, this stuff's going to taste really good if you make a stir-fried rice. So the rice does matter on what you decide to use in your recipes. You can't use the cheapest rice. You can't use garbage rice. You have to understand the differences in the rice and what they're doing. If you see the word enrich, do not eat that rice. Stay away from it. Do not eat minute rice. So please, like I said, in the comment section, tell me what rice you use, what recipes you make, and why. And if you're still using minute rice and you type that in the comment section, I'm going to come there and give you a smack in the head. Oh my God. I'll catch you guys on the next one.